guys know every time I turn this camera on, I'm laughing, right? Today it might be the laughing gas at the dentist's office.
Should I give you the laughing gas?
Could you? That'd be so hilarious. You guys are going, yeah, give him the laughing gas. No, don't. He's already dumb enough. So I'm hanging out in, you guys, the last time you saw me, I was probably somewhere else. I'm hanging out in Bismarck, North Dakota at
Smiles by Design.
It's like they rehearsed it. So I flew all the way up to Bismarck, North Dakota from my home in Colorado because I don't trust people in my mouth. There's people that live in there now, but I don't trust them. No, I don't trust people working around in there, especially when we're going to do what we're doing today. So in North Dakota, there are only 2 dentists that do what we're about to do today in my mouth. And no, you're not going to watch the whole thing, but we're going to talk about it. So in my mouth hole, I have some metal still left over. Dr. Maria. She's a dentite. What is that stuff made of that's in my mouth right now?
So it is a compound made of liquid mercury. Okay, about 50% liquid mercury. And also silver, tin, and copper.
Silver, tin, copper, and those are pretty inert in my body, yeah?
Yeah.
And mercury is a deadly toxic poison.
It is a neurotoxin. That has been established.
A neurotoxin. It is a known neurotoxin. You can die from how much mercury? It's small, right?
A small amount. I mean, that's what the controversy lies, because the question is how much is lethal or how much is toxic, how much can do damage.
Right.
And that's why it's controversial.
Okay.
We know that a large amount is not good, but what is the threshold? And I think that varies from person to person depending on what else you have going on in your body. So
right, especially if you don't eat right, you don't exercise, you never do the things that I teach people to do. That's
part of it, absolutely. Right. There's also, gender, age, the number of fillings, the age of the fillings. More importantly, the toxic levels. Your threshold has more to do with how well your body can excrete those toxins.
Right.
So there are a few things that can inhibit that. Okay. The first thing is, there's some genetic polymorphisms that they've been able to identify that can inhibit the excretion of mercury. So one of those is the CPOX. Okay. The other one is the apolipoprotein E4.
So ApoE4.
Yes.
So that's the same one, you guys, if you don't know, if you've never heard me talk, that's the one that predisposes you to Alzheimer's.
Yep.
Right.
Yep, absolutely. So if you're genetically predisposed to these things and your body's not going to be able to excrete that mercury, it's going to build up more in your body and definitely linked to Alzheimer's as well. So.
Got it. You guys, Dr. Dale Bredesen, in his book, The End of Alzheimer's, writes about specifically a toxic form of Alzheimer's that can come about from toxicity, just like we're talking about here. And the controversy with dental amalgam, right?
Yes.
Is, we don't know. It sure shouldn't be causing problems. It's mixed with all these other things, and you'd have to be crazy and heat it up, or.
Well, here's the deal. The amalgam filling that's in your mouth is actually like a colloid. So it's a solid emulsion. Okay. So if you were to irritate that, brush it, chew with it. Okay.
You guys don't ever chew or brush with your teeth, do you?
You can see under the microscope little beads of liquid mercury, so sweat beads, actually on the surface of that filling.
That's disgusting.
And at about negative 38 degrees Celsius, that liquid can start to vaporize. And so that's the concern. It's the vapor coming off of the amalgam that is our concern, because it's lipophilic. It crosses that bilipid cell membrane easily and gets into the cell.
Lipophilic, you guys, fat. Okay?
Yes,
it binds fat. To fat, loves fat.
Can easily.
So, why the hell? Okay, I'll tell you why I have a filling still in my tooth, you guys, because I didn't always treat my body with respect and dignity. I used to abuse the shit out of it because I'm like most normal humans. Now I know better. I don't want this stuff on my body anymore, but the reason I had a filling in the first place is because I ate like garbage and didn't take care of my teeth, which are like your skeleton. You only get those 2 sets. You get 1 set when you're a kid, and then they drop out like a little shark, and then you grow new ones. So why do I have mercury in my mouth if we know it's toxic? Why is it in there in the first place? Why did they allow it?
Well, really good question. So mercury was invented back in like 1819 over in England, and it's made its way over to the United States around 1830. At that time, the only restorative material they were using was gold. Okay, so for economic reasons, It's not hard to figure out that amalgam became popular. It was much cheaper, easier to use, faster to place. And the dental organization at that time, the American Society of Dental Surgeons, knew of the health risks of mercury, and they forbade its members to use it. Okay, well, economic forces prevailed over health issues, and the pro-mercury faction went on to form what we now know as the American Dental Association. So that's a little bit of history there. It's been controversial ever since its inception. I mean, people knew.
You guys, that sucks.
It does suck, yeah, and they knew that back then. I mean, you're familiar with, so like the top hats that we, like iconic Abe Lincoln,
sure.
Right? The felt hats, and then the Puritans. That process of making those hats, of removing the animal skin from the process of making hats use mercury as well. Okay. So around that same time period, and they saw people getting sick. They saw all these hat makers getting sick, and the hat making capital of the world was in Danbury, Connecticut. And the people there were getting so sick, they were making so many hats, that they developed what they now know as the Danbury Shakes. They call them the Danbury Shakes, or the Hatter's Shakes. Also, the phrase that was coined back then was "mad as a hatter," right? Because they were experiencing all these neurological issues as well. I mean, these people who were making thousands of hats were literally going crazy, and that was because of the mercury poisoning. It's been known it's a neurotoxin for a really long time. While we continue using it, is just because it's cheap.
Right, kind of like what we're doing with our food. We just eat it because it's cheap, and we don't care what's going to happen 30 years from now. So
that's a good point. 30 years from now, because it sometimes takes that long for you to start to notice the symptoms. Mercury has a very long half-life.
Yeah.
It stays in your body for a long time, and it's also tissue dependent. So depending on where it gets stored, if it's the brain or the kidney, whatever part of your body, that determines how long it'll stay in there. But one of the ways that mercury works is that it deactivates or inactivates a lot of the enzymes responsible for carrying the mercury out of the cell. So it can easily pass through, but then it becomes oxidized because mercury is very, very reactive.
Right.
Okay, so it oxidizes, and then it actually needs an active transporter to facilitate its exit outside of the cell, but it deactivates the enzyme. So
it's perfect in there. It just wants to stay.
Glutathione is one of the molecules that mercury can bond to, and glutathione will help it.
You guys, I want you to really, really make a note right now. If you have mercury fillings, if you have metal fillings, amalgam fillings, whatever the hell you or your dentist want to call them, with what she just said about glutathione, because you are going to watch a video soon about glutathione, specifically when I'm in New York. So I want you just to pay special attention that she said glutathione can bind to mercury and help remove it.
And some people don't have, that's another genetic polymorphism that you may or may not have. Your body may or may not be able to produce a lot of this glutathione.
Right.
And so again, your symptoms, or if you are susceptible to symptoms from mercury poisoning, has a lot to do with just genetic factors.
Right.
And I don't know if I have that. Do you?
I haven't looked for that one specifically, but you guys, if you request your raw data from a company like 23andMe, there's a lot of different filters you can run that through to figure that out. So just know that you have some resources out there if you're curious. I have my raw data. I don't know what the hell it means, so I need help reading that as well, because it is literally just a text file with my DNA in it. So. But cool. there are resources available to find that out.
That's good to know. So beyond the genetic polymorphisms, also people are allergic to metals, right?
Yeah.
We know this. So I think the last statistic I read was 3 to 5% of the American population had some sort of metal allergy. So that's another could be another causative factor in an overreaction to mercury in your body.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So we've established that mercury sucks. We shouldn't have it in our mouth, especially where you're chewing and brushing and drinking hot coffee and drinking things with ice. So why are you one of only 2 dentists in the state of North Dakota that does what we're going to do today? Tell me what we're doing today and why this is special. Because obviously, guys, if mercury vapor sucks and mercury sucks, then just having somebody drill in your mouth with no regard for where that vapor or that stuff is going when they're drilling, that's not a good idea. So what are you going to do?
Well, before I get to that,
okay,
There's one.
There's
one
still more
thing.
lessons to
Well,
learn.
one more lesson,
Okay.
because I think it's a big one. I think it's the biggest one. So I think we need to address it.
Got it.
The other method to which mercury is very toxic is that it has a strong affinity to sulfur.
Okay.
Very strong affinity to sulfur. It's
Yeah.
capable of covalent bonding to sulfur. So it'll do one of two things. It'll either break up the disulfide bonds and disrupt a molecule that way.
Okay.
Inactivate an enzyme. It also can bind to that sulfur group. It changes the structure of the protein. Sulfur containing proteins.
Yes. Okay, got it.
It'll bind to that, change the structure, and then our body sees that as an antigen. That's the primary way that mercury is a promoter of autoimmune disease. So I mean that's a big thing too.
So it's worse than just some neurotoxicity.
It's
autoimmunity.
Worse than it's
probably
absolutely
digestive
that's
issues.
a huge thing. Autoimmunity is a huge thing, and also if you eat fish, so that's methylmercury. That's a different form of mercury.
Okay.
Consume a lot of tuna, you're consuming methylmercury. Well, studies now show that the body can convert the methylmercury into this elemental form of mercury in the gut and the mouth. Okay, so bacteria in our gut, bacteria in our mouth can convert that methylmercury over to the inorganic form of mercury that we are talking about today. So that's another big thing, because we all know methylmercury is bad. That's also been established.
Absolutely.
We don't want pregnant women eating it. It crosses
the placental barrier.
Absolutely. Yep. As does the mercury we're talking about today, the elemental mercury from silver fillings, that crosses as well. It's found in breast milk. It's bad. That's why you want it out of your mouth.
That's what, you guys, I've wanted this out of my mouth for a long time, but I don't trust people working in here.
So back to your question.
So here's what we're going to talk about why I'm
now
here.
that we've established that mercury is bad.
All right.
I don't know why there's only one of two dentists. That blows my mind. The Environmental Protection Agency has so many rules and laws and stipulations about what we need to do after we remove amalgam from your tooth.
Right.
Okay. We have to have certain machines, and the ADA actually enforces that. They're behind that, so they're making sure that dental offices all have these amalgam separators, because amalgam waste is what? It's toxic.
It's toxic.
So I don't understand why they say it's okay in the mouth, which they do. They say it's safe in the mouth, but as soon as we take it out of the mouth, it's what?
It's a toxic poison.
It's an environmental toxic poison, and we need to treat it as such and dispose of it as such. I don't understand that. So I don't know the answer to your question. I think it's stupid.
It's a bunch of crap. So if you're watching this from the ADA, get on it.
Yeah. We're taught in dental school that mercury is safe, and that's what we want. So.
Yeah. Well, you guys, if you handle mercury in your hands, you can die. So it's not safe.
They took it out of thermometers.
Yeah, and we used to play with it. They were doing that when I was a kid. You guys, it's ridiculous.
There was a thermometer break in elementary school, and they evacuated the entire building.
Oh, that's crazy.
I mean, it's not stuff you want to play with.
Hey, and if there's background noise, it's because somebody's getting their mouth just drilled into. So if you hear screaming, no, I'm just kidding. All right, what are you doing today?
Okay. The stuff that we're going to do, most importantly, the number one thing is we want to prevent you from inhaling the vapors, right?
Okay, so what do you do?
We do that in two ways. The primary method for doing that is hooking you up to this green little nose piece, and out of it will flow oxygen and maybe a little nitrous gas if you're lucky. But yeah, so
I have to drive later.
You don't want to. Well, once we take this off, everything goes back to normal.
You guys.
But 80% of uptake occurs in the lungs. Okay, it crosses that respiratory epithelium very easily, like we talked about.
Okay.
So we want to prevent you from breathing in those vapors.
Got it.
And so this is going to be 100% oxygen you'll be breathing in. In addition to that, we're going to capture the vapors in our room with this nice little.
Oh, look at that cute little thing. So
this will be up close to you.
Will you promise I look just like an elephant from like some sort of weird movie when this is all hooked up?
Because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, great. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? I may leave the camera on while I'm hooked up just for a little while, but I want to show them some of the tools you're going to drill. For those of you that don't go to the dentist as often as you should, this looks like more like a torture chamber over here than it does.
It doesn't really.
It kind of does. Yeah, you guys, by the way, I love my dentist, and I mean love her, because I've known her since she was a tiny little human. How old are you?
13.
13. She was 13 when I met her, so we go way back. So that's why I've got such a big smile on my face. Most people go to the dentist and they don't want to be there. You guys want to be there. Seriously, choose to go if your teeth suck, but quit messing them up. Really. You're screwing them up yourself. It's not her fault that I'm here. It's because I ate like shit for a long, long time, and then I got a cavity, and then somebody had to drill a hole out and put a bunch of stupid mercury in my mouth, and I've left it in there for way too long. My fault. Take ownership over your teeth, you guys. These people are just trying to help. So, what are you going to drill into me with? And then are we going to get started? Do you guys want to watch for a while?
Well, I don't think I'm going to show them what I'm going to drill into
No?
you with. That's
Okay.
probably not something they want to see.
All
But
right. You guys want to watch me get hooked up?
yeah, let's do it.
Are we doing it? Okay, you're going to stay right there with me for a little while.
Before I hook you up, I'm going to give you some anesthetic.
Okay.
So do you want them to watch that as well?
Yeah, you can. Are you going to jam needles in my mouth?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you guys want to watch some needles jammed in my mouth? I sure do.
Here's that.
Why don't you hang out with me for a little while? We'll get some needles put in my mouth. You guys, look at, oh my God. Hey, you're way up there. He got so big. We're gonna be right behind Maria's head while she's jamming needles in my mouth, if you haven't watched it. Some people are gonna be like, what the hell is this guy doing? Why is he gonna record people stabbing him in the face?
This is the TV
Good
people like
times.
to see.
Yeah, this is exactly what people wanna watch. I hope there's a cyst in there that just explodes, right?
Yeah.
That's a whole channel, you guys. Say when.
I will say one.
Okay,
We're just getting it all.
that's all good. Do you guys want to tell some jokes
Yeah, you
while we're
should- you
waiting?
should tell me it.
I have no jokes. My jokes
I wanna-
suck.
Not really.
Yeah, kind of.
You were
Ready?
kind
We
of
can't
on
tell
the
jokes anymore.
Here we go.
Okay, this is a little topical jelly, mint flavored, I think. Smell? Mint? Minty? Okay.
This is fun.
This is fun.
This is fun.
This is great fun. Keep your tongue away.
We're kind of bossy at the
Ew.
same time.
Keep talking.
Okay, I need it. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, there's a little poke.
Like we all tell our little kids that come in here, this is better than Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And they always tend to like agree for some reason.
Doing okay? Doing good, almost there. I'll give you a good rinse right after this because I know it tastes really good. Okay,
Okay. Little rinse here. And a little spray. Go ahead and close and I'll do it again. And close again.
doing okay? Okay, we're gonna hook you up now, okay?
All right,
You want to take your hat off?
there's that part. No, I'm gonna leave it on.
Okay.
I'm a weirdo that, oh, look. Mmm. Delicious. This smells funny too.
A little mint flavor.
Is everything in the dentist office mint?
No. But you know what? It's probably the best
Yeah.
because, I don't know, some people aren't cherry, strawberry people, you know.
I feel ya. All right, guys, I'm gonna be with this thing on, and I don't know if you need to watch the rest of this, so why don't we come back when the metal's out, and we'll see how things
grab the
went.
vacuum.
How's that? We're gonna put the vacuum on too? You guys wanna hear how loud this is gonna
It's
be?
loud.
Go ahead, turn the thing on. Let's see how loud this is. You guys wanna see how loud this is gonna be? Yeah, relax, Dan. It's gonna be fine.
Just a little airplane taking off.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Not too bad.
Not that bad at all. I can handle that for sure. All right, you guys, bye. I'm going to another dimension for a while. I'll talk to you soon.
Can't say I've ever been filmed before. Doing good. Keep breathing through your nose. Great, we're just gonna adjust your bite here. All right, Dan, go ahead and bite down. Tap your teeth together. Tap, and then chew side to side on a paper for me. Good, and open. Okay, one more time. Go ahead and bite down. Tap, tap, tap. And then chew side to side. Good. Good. How does it feel when you bite down?
Good, except for I can't feel my mouth.
Yeah. Does it feel like it's even on both sides? That the right and left side are coming together at the same time?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wipe up your teeth just a little bit. All those little marks.
So we use the BPA-free plastic filling today, okay?
Okay. Sounds delicious.
Special for you.
BPA free. Yum.
Yum.
You guys, it's okay to be jealous. It's okay to be jealous because my dentist is cuter than your dentist. That's totally fine. And she's so super smart and she's so super amazing. And now I'm talking funny, you guys, because I just had this whole side of my face. I can't feel it. She didn't give me any gas though, so I'm still with it. And now I don't have any more metal in my mouth. And if you want to see pictures of that, it's called Google. I'm not going to show you mine. Okay, there it is. There, you were in my mouth. There's all kinds of colors and all kinds of nonsense in there because I haven't brushed since they were playing around in there. But I hope you enjoyed that. Hey, my recommendation, if I spit, it's not my fault, okay? My recommendation is you find, if you're in North Dakota, you guys, you come to Smiles by Design, get with this wonderful, wonderful human being, let her play around in your mouth and drill some stuff out. If you're not in North Dakota, what are they looking for? A dentist who's what certified?
Yes, thank you. I would encourage them to look for a dentist who's a member of the IAOMT.
IAOMT. Did I say that right? IAOMT, and that means
Google
what?
that. Or SMART certified. So SMART certified, safe mercury amalgam removal technique. SMART.
Okay, so SMART certified or a member of.
Yeah, if you're SMART certified, you're a member.
You're a member.
Of the
Okay.
IOMT. So you do want to, and there's a website. Go on their website. You'll be able to find a directory per state of the dentists who are certified to do it.
It's that simple, you guys. And this took what, 40 minutes?
Well, we had a difficult patient, so yeah.
I'm so hard to deal with, you guys. All right, I love you guys. We'll see you soon. Whenever that is, you know where to find me, danmillerwellness.com. I'd blow you a bigger kiss, but I can't feel my lips.